Hello, welcome back to Jazzgrass Gaming, where
We're doing another one of these Euro Truck Simulator
Yeah.
podcasts.
it's just a nice thing to talk over.
Yeah. So
Oh, yeah. Yep, that's some noise.
Dennis picked a random mission. He's doing. He's just gonna be doing that now. He's got a thing on the back. He's got a. He's got a.
It looks like a track.
Yeah, he's got a track on his back.
Like a caterpillar track.
He got a track on the back. He's gonna deliver it so he doesn't get sacked.
Exactly, and don't
The
make
reason
any
we
travel.
the reason we are specifically choosing to do this is because I have quite a story to tell that I cannot tell during a Cloudpunk episode, because Cloudpunk, it's got a lot of dialogue.
It also has a lot to tell.
It's a bit weird to talk about Kenshi in that game.
Yep.
This is a more general game, more of a background game. So we felt this is a good place to do this. So I got quite a story to tell you. I don't know if you guys know about Kenshi. Kenshi is this open world RPG, and the
also
world
kind
is
of an RPG.
Yeah, and the world is the setting. The world is like the gameplay. Like the world really reacts to stuff you do. Right,
Yeah.
so you can do whatever the fuck you want. You can become a slave. You can become a warrior. You can become, you can raise your own city. You can, you could be anything like bounty hunter, treasure hunter, whatever. You can even play as a robot.
Yeah.
Which brings me on to the story. I got this. I tend to play. When I play Kenshi, I give myself challenges. Right, this is what I want to do. That's what I want to do. This time around, I wanted to play as a skeleton because I've never done it before, and I was gonna start out with the guy, rock bottom, the guy who misses his left arm. That's because you have different starts in the game. You can start as a group of people, since it's like a top-down RTS style camera.
Yeah.
You can manage multiple people, even multiple squads and stuff. That's how you raise like communities and
Yeah, you
whatnot.
can make a huge base, whatever.
Yeah, you can recruit a whole bunch of people and make a base and whatnot. So I start out with my Skelly boy, and I'm in the middle of the desert, and I get going. I get my start. It's not, the start is never that interesting for me, at least. I know people are always like, oh man, the start's rock bottom. It's so brutal. I mean, it is brutal if you're brutal.
If you're new.
If you're new to the game, it's really brutal. But if you played the game before, even if you're not playing as a robot, like it's pretty easy.
If you know what to do.
Yeah, you can
and
get your
what not
hands
to
on
do.
some food pretty quickly, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But there are a lot of quick saving and like quick loading in the game because, well, you're gonna die a lot randomly and accidentally and stuff. And so I get started. I do some laboring so that I can get a stealth backpack. I mine some copper at one of the towns, and I get my stealth backpack, and and there was a travel store there at the town I was selling my stuff at. So I also got a bunch of maps. Went down to those maps, just check that out. But yeah, so I had a mission set up for myself. I wanted to clear Spider Tower solo.
Yeah, and that is difficult because there is a lot of robotic spiders, right?
Yeah.
Or is it the fleshy ones?
I'm pretty sure it's the robotic one.
Oh yeah, true.
I'm pretty sure. But I'm not 100% certain. It's been a really long time since I last ventured out there. Because the reason I chose Spider Tower and not, for example, Ninja Tower, is because Spider Tower, I came across that randomly in my first save. And I hadn't made a quick save.
What a thing to encounter.
I haven't made a quick save in a while, and my autosave was also like quite a while back. And I ran straight into the fucking Spider Tower and got my shit kicked in, and I had to reset to like quite a bit back, which was inconvenient because I had done a lot of things between the autosave and running into the tower.
Yeah.
But
And it takes
so
a
my
lot of
mission
time
was
to
to
do anything in that game.
yeah. So my mission was clear Spider Tower solo. So okay, I got my character. He's a Skelly boy. Got one limp. that I already replaced because I labored for money and then bought the arm that I needed and plonked it on my character. Now in Kenshi, it's a good idea to lose your limbs.
Because you can get better shit.
Because you can replace your shitty fleshy limbs that you have if you're a human and get better ones. Now if you're a robot, you're thinking, just pop the arm off, put a new one on.
That would be so easy, wouldn't it?
Come on, man. They can't make the game that easy for the robots.
That would be OP.
Unbalanced.
Yep.
So I set my dismemberment thingy to frequent. And I go out to get my ass beat. So I get some armor plating on my chest and head. Well, not the head, but like my armor thing, so that I have a chest plate. And I go out to fight. Now, if your legs and arms get damaged beyond a certain degree, they fall off and they're lost forever. I spent about 5 hours getting my ass kicked by various monsters, people, other robots, cannibals, whatever, you name it, I fought it and got
nailed.
Got fucked up.
I've seen you do that for a couple, and it looked frustrating as fuck, because I remember playing as a fleshy boy and your limbs just kinda pop off.
Yeah, and mine just didn't.
Yep.
And I still don't know why, because I had the game difficulty settings set to like, normal to above average. Like certain things I was like, I could deal with this, could deal with that, no problem. And the rest I just kept it where it was. So I was like, so I don't think the game rules, the game difficulty settings are affecting this. But every enemy only really seems to hit me in the chest.
Yeah, I noticed that as well.
And I was like, shit, but I got like armor plating on my chest. Just hit me on my uncovered, like my exposed arms and legs, but they wouldn't. So then I was like, okay, well, I'm immune to acid as well. So I cannot do the old stand in acid water trick. So I was like, what else can I do? Aha! The fucking skinwalkers.
Yep. Like I told you about that one.
There is this group of, Dennis told me there's this group of robots.
And they want to be human.
And they want to be human. So
but they need something.
They need a certain something that they lack. So they got skin houses where they have peelers that they put captures humans in to peel their skin.
And then wear it over their fucking skeleton.
An interesting side effect of the peeler is that it damages all your body parts, but it takes off your limbs.
Yep.
And shit too, right? So I was like, I have an idea. So I hatched a plan.
Oh shit.
First, I went to a town that I knew had some high level cages. And I went into the lower level ones first, locked myself in, lockpicked myself out, because you're allowed to do it. If you're putting yourself in there, no one's gonna stop you.
Nobody's like, he's just training lockpicking. What? That's not weird.
So, you go in and out, you lockpick your way out every time. And then you move on to the higher level one, and you do that there, blah, blah, blah. So my lockpicking is 68.
Ooh, that's good. It's both for good enough for both locks.
Yeah, right. So I'm like, okay, I got this shit. So I go back to the skin house. I stand in front of the peeler. I press F5. I save the game, and I get in, and I'm like, okay, I need to immediately lockpick this because my arms are the first thing to go busted. And when my arms go busted up, I can't lockpick, so I cannot get myself
Makes a lot of sense.
out of
Yep,
there.
that's clever. Good
Right?
foresight, Brian.
So
Very good foresight.
Oh, mate.
Like, I'm impressed because I would have fucked that one up.
Oh no, I get in. First thing I do, okay, I lockpick myself. I lockpick the thing, right? It takes a couple of attempts because I have to reload a couple of times because I couldn't do it in time and my arms got busted up, so I stopped mid lockpick basically. And I eventually get it, and it's lockpicked, and I'm in there, and I can go out whenever I want. I get my limbs chopped off, and I'm like, that's it, now is the time. And I hop out, and immediately the guard that stands in front of the peeling machine walks up to my limbless body picks me up and throws me right back in.
Why would they do that? You're a robot.
And that's what I was confused by. I was like, what is going on? First of all, I talked to them downstairs and pretended I wanted to be one of them. Right?
No, yeah.
And then I went upstairs and got into the peeling machine. I was like, why would they put me back in? I could not figure out a reason why in setting in character. Like, what is the motivation behind picking me up and putting me back in? There isn't. Right?
Not really. Or they're just like, hey, fuck you for using that. We're gonna put you back in. Like, just spite.
So here's what I tried next. I built my own peeler machine by robbing the fucking head of the skinwalkers, who himself is a human. Right?
Oh.
Now humans. Now it's quite interesting because humans have this inherent flaw about them that the robots don't really have. You know, humans require sleep.
Yeah.
So I just walked up to the Skim House headquarters. You know, I talked to the guy, and I was like, yeah. At first, because I quick saved before I talked to him, because I have my suspicions. I always have with the dialogue system. Ever since I came across the Shrieking Bandits, and I thought I was rocking the conversation, and he just started beating me up. But so I quick saved. And I get friendly with him, and I join him, right? So he gives me the recipe for the peeler. Problem, everybody hates me. Everybody. There's now... Most of the towns and territories that I walk into will now be hostile to me.
Because you are a skinwalker now. Ooh.
So what I do is I just reload, and you know, I talk to him, but I don't join him. He doesn't give me the thing, of course. So I'm like, that's fine, because my sneak level is
I saw that just in time.
Fucking something.
Holy shit.
And I'm like, okay, here's what I'm doing. I'm gonna hide behind his throne, right, where he's sitting on, because he can't see me there.
Jesus.
What the fuck is your problem?
I know. I was not looking at that. I was looking for a way through.
I'm putting blame on him.
No, that's my fault. I should have looked at my mirror first.
Oh, you gotta...
I can't, Brian.
What is this stupid...
I love this. This is amazing.
I
think this is a new add-on.
I like it.
Because it's...
I like it.
It's really realistic.
It's just... It makes me feel like you're playing with IRL traffic. Anyway. So... I wait until he goes to sleep, right? Motherfucker doesn't have a single guard watching him sleep like the idiot he is.
Oh my god, what a nerd.
This fucking dude, right? I just walk up to his bed and I steal his shit, right? And I strip this fucker naked. I had 80% chance of stealing, right? I take the blueprint, I take his armor set, and I just he didn't really have anything worth taking other than that, really. So I right back off again. And so I had the blueprint. Here's what I did, right? Got myself a little shack outside of Hang. And in that shack, I put my research table and I started researching, blah, blah. Because I needed some stuff ready to go. Because I needed things like power and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta have a little hamlet to run that shit.
So I got a one-man circus running here, right?
Damn, that's fucking awesome, dude.
I got a whole shitload of research. Even I'm researching stuff I don't even need or use, just because I can.
It's useful.
Yeah, it might be useful in the future. You
Exactly, you never know when you need it.
I built a peeler.
Damn.
I put it on my roof. I got my windmill powering the place. It's going to be fantastic.
Some nice music playing in the background.
I stand in front of the peeler and I press F5. I get inside of the peeler and immediately try to lockpick it. Oh, Dennis. As it would seem that the peelers you build yourself are of such high level that even at near max lockpicking, you only have 17% chance of succeeding. Not good. The reason this is the case is because my engineering level is very high because I researched and
What
built
the
all that stuff. Now you may have noticed the game just crashed, but Uncle Brian is gonna keep talking while Dennis starts the game back up.
Yeah, okay, weird. Sorry.
Sorry, all the talking is hurting my throat. So, because I researched all that stuff and built, a house, and then a bigger house, because otherwise I couldn't fit the peeler in there, and then I built, then I researched and built a bunch of storage crates, and then I researched and built a windmill. And then I researched and built some batteries.
Yes.
And then I researched to build a skeleton repair bed and a peeler. And
that is very useful.
Yes, but it was also my downfall.
Oh no.
Because I built the peeler too late. I built it all the way at the end of that string of building stuff. So my engineering skill was high. So the fucking lockpick chance of my peeler was very low, even with a high lockpick skill. So I get in there and like I try for about. Well, I think I went through a podcast episode of the Triforce podcast. So about an hour, right? About an hour, maybe 1.5 hours at most. I reload the game and I get in there, try to lockpick it.
Yeah.
I cannot get it done.
Oh.
It will not work.
Oh,
it will not work. So I go back to the strat of getting shit dismembered, right? And and at this point, I am fighting. Like, I'm getting my ass kicked intentionally by leviathans, beak things, lancettes, gorillas,
you are going
blood
through
spiders, iron spiders. I picked fights with because scrawny fucking cannibals aren't gonna be good enough. So I waltzed right up to the Holy Nation, right? I waltzed right up there. I get my ass beat again, and I waltz right back in, and I get my ass beat again. And I only ever damage my chest and head.
Oh my, what the fuck?
And I'm like, and I'm getting desperate, right? I'm like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. I just want to get rid of these limbs. So I look up on the workshop, skeleton limbs. And there's a mod that adds a surgical bed that works like the peeler, but it doesn't damage the head and chest.
Hey.
But, Uncle Brian isn't that smart. Keep that in mind. So I installed a mod, right? Now they're not gonna give it to you for free, bro.
Of course. Whoa.
You need to, there were some prerequisites. I forgot the hoops that I had to jump through because I've been playing it a lot. So this is a bit, a bit back into the playthrough that I'm doing.
And there's always...
Anyway, I had to jump through a bunch of hoops, but like 2 or 3 hours later, I had the skeleton surgical bed, and I right-click on it, and my character is not laying down in it. I'm like, what is wrong here? I go to the workshop page, and I go to the section where it explains how it's used, and I'm like, oh no, this motherfucker, he's into roleplay.
Oh no.
That means... Because it's the process of removing limbs, you need another person there to put you in the bed, because he's going to act as your surgeon and heal you throughout the process.
Much, yep.
In order to lose my limbs, I would have to
get a friend.
I would have to recruit someone, but that goes against the rules of my solo playthrough.
Yes.
So I ditched that idea as well. Sad, very sad. So I'm like, okay, back to the skin houses.
We go back
to the skin houses. And what I do is I get in there, and I, in my backpack, I have the limbs bought already, just ready to be put on my body when my arms and legs fall off and I get out of the machine.
Yeah.
I get in a machine, I lockpick it, I get my limbs chopped off, but since my chest and my head are still are still above critical levels,
yeah,
I'm not getting out just yet.
Yo, what the fuck is wrong with this town?
Hey, what the fuck? Okay, so that particular town crashes the game?
Yeah, I'll try a different town.
Yeah, try a different mission altogether.
Yep.
So, so I get in the machine and I'm in there. My limbs are all off, and I am not yet in a critical state. Right? So, I stay in there because I had like timed out when the guards switch. So that I could get out, click on sneak immediately.
Oh my god, you
and then
crafty
crawl
bastard.
behind the peeler where the guard doesn't see me, and then put the limbs on myself and repair myself.
Oh my god. That is amazing.
I had finally gotten rid of my limbs and replaced them with prosthetics.
That is fucking
And
sick,
that's
dude.
still not the end of the story.
Oh my god, but you've gotten there.
Yeah,
That is Jesus.
yeah.
What a magnum opus.
That story took me 20 minutes to tell you.
Yeah, that is
a 20-minute story, and it's, just so you know, in total, I checked on my my Steam page,
yeah.
how much hours I put in, and how before that, no, it took me 20 hours. It took me 20 hours to get rid of my limbs. That's how bad I am at
Fucking
Kenshi, everyone.
Damn.
That's just how bad I am at the game.
Okay, that's that one.
But yeah, so at this point,
I guess I gotta.
I got a bunch of I got these maps that I bought from the travel place, right? And I'm like, let's just right click on these, get some new locations on the map, see if we can figure things out. And I get a map, and the location is like this lost library.
Ooh.
So I get in there, and there's just a shitload of treasure maps and shit. So I gather them all up, and I just go from lost library to lost library, gathering more and more treasure maps, right? I had an entire inventory full of the things.
Oh, that is amazing.
Then I went to Squin, because I abandoned my outpost for the reason of the Empire dropping by to ask 3,000 cats every fucking week.
Do you believe in God?
And it's like, fuck off. Oh no, it's not the Holy Nation asking for
Oh,
money,
sorry,
it's the Empire.
Sorry, I got it mixed up.
It's the Empire.
Oh yeah,
The
those
Holy
guys
Nation,
are fucking assholes.
They don't like me, the Holy Nation.
No,
They-
you are
But,
too skelly.
But yeah, so so I abandoned the outpost, bought a house in Squin, right next to the general store.
Ooh, useful.
Yeah, and I placed the maps there, and I just been grabbing like a couple of maps, and then right clicking the location. Right clicking on them for the location. And one thing that I do is, because when you open up the map, when you learn new locations, those locations will have like a green box around them.
Yeah.
So, but they disappear again when you go out of your map and back in again, right? Because they're only there to show you like these are new places.
Yeah, and then
the
it's
only
like-
way you can see those places are if you zoom in on them.
Mhm.
But then you have to know where to zoom in on,
Yep.
right? So
It's
what
like
I do,
using an actual map.
so what I do
almost.
is I right click on those maps, open up the map, I see the green blimps, I grab my phone, grab the camera. Why don't you take a screenshot? Because I'm fucking retarded, and it's easier to have my phone.
Yeah,
on there than on
I
the
would do
screen.
the same, Brian.
And so I take a screenshot, and I go check out these places one by one, and that's just how I've been doing it. I got another picture here with some other places. Like I'm currently at the Leviathan Coast. I want to play more Kenshi. God damn, I don't feel like playing Kenshi.
It's some good shit.
I can't stop. It's really fun.
But I love the.
yeah, so
that's the thing I
I've
love
been-
about this game. Like people telling their stories about the game.
So
Oh, sorry, I
I've been.
stole
Oh,
it
it's
from.
over to your right.
Ah, no. They didn't notice.
It's over to your right.
I know. I sorry.
I really want to light this joint.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you.
I was
But yeah,
just
so-
amazed that I didn't get a ticket from this cop.
So the thing is, right? So, so I've just been treasuring, and in the meantime, I've been making a lot of money. I had about 146,000 cats,
Damn.
and I was like, okay, that's good, that's great. Let's spend it all on better weaponry.
Yeah.
Well, at least better store-bought weaponry. I imagine if I want actual like really good weapons, I'll have to go into the world to find them, or fight monsters, or fight
Yeah.
people to get them. But I bought some, fairly good weapons, some, okay armor, and all that jazz, but also some KLR series limbs. I was like, all right, I don't necessarily need stealth that much anymore, but I'll keep my stealth limbs and my thievery limbs in a chest at home so that I
So you can always use them. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a KLR series limbs. Not all of them yet because I couldn't find the right arm.
Oh,
I found the right arm.
difficult to find
and when
the
I
right
did,
arm.
Yeah, and when I
and the
did,
right
I'd
arm.
already spent all my cats. So I was sitting on 14k cats and I needed 18k.
Good thing you still got those thievery gloves.
Oh yeah.
I would have yanked it out of there.
The thing is, because when you go to those lost armories, they have practically no weapons. There's never really any weapons that are worth taking in there, right? But there is usually stuff in there that you can sell. For example, skeleton repair kits go for 4k a pop.
Ooh.
But I've been using the same skeleton repair kit for ages now, and it doesn't run out. It takes really long to run out.
You can use it for so long.
So I go in there, I look around, and I walk out with an inventory full of skeleton repair kits, and I just sell them to every shopkeeper I come across. Bankrupt the local economy by making them buy skeleton repair kits
King
while they're a
Masamusa over here.
human town that has no skeletons in it.
Well, you use the repair kits for machinery as well, right?
I don't remember.
I think so.
I don't know. But yeah, so I got a bunch of money now again, and I left it at that. I was at the Lost Library where I got a bunch more maps. And I was on the Leviathan coast, just vibing it out. And I was thinking of next time I play, I'm gonna Google how get better weapon. Actually, I'm gonna Google it
better weapon.
I'm gonna Google it live on air. You're gonna learn together with Uncle Brian.
I mean, the best weapons you can get are like from
weapons.
bosses and shit. I've found.
How
that's always some good shit.
How to
man.
get
good armor. You
where
you go to defeated places. Oh. So anyway, while Brian was doing that, I'm just flying over the English Channel right now in the new Isle 2 expansion, and let me tell you, mate, I don't know what they did, but the AI seems off. Your ally AI, because they don't go after fucking targets all that much. Like they kind of just stay. That's where normally like they'd see a target and everybody would just pile on it. And I was like, come on, dude. I'm playing this bomber mission. I'm flying for almost an hour. Like I'm supporting them. Like I'm air support, and it's like, give me something to do. Now I do understand. It's like, oh, didn't always have a fight. I know. I like to do it.
Well, as far as Google is concerned, the only way to get weapons in Kenshi is by buying them.
Oh, really?
So the scrap house is the best place to get them, which I already knew. The scrap house is generally the best weapon buying place, but I don't want to buy them.
I want to find them.
I want to fight for them. I think that would be fun. It's an RPG, right?
Yeah. Well, then you have to go for like those big bosses, like town kings and like heads of fucking bandits. Like they do have some good shit every now and again.
Yeah.
Like the Ninja Tower main dude has some pretty good weapons. I think the Holy Emperor as well.
I think I'm gonna. Yeah. I was thinking. Oh yeah, I installed this mod as well, right? But it doesn't affect my playthrough much because I'm a solo guy doing his own thing. I don't really talk to people much, nor do I, do anything large scale. I just look after myself. But there's this mod that just makes the game even more reactive to your actions.
Oh, that is awesome.
So now you can, for example, help the Shek overthrow the Holy Nation, and the Holy Nation territories will become Shek territories, and vice versa. Okay, your Euro Truck Simulator is broken.
It's brokey. It is brokey.
I mean, we don't play it often, so maybe
Maybe
we gotta
files are
verify the
fucked,
files
yeah.
or something. So I guess this is now a regular podcast
Yeah.
episode.
Well, we verified those files.
But yeah, so throughout my adventure in Kenshi, so far,
properties.
I've
Hello. Oh yeah.
down. Oh yeah, I also found this weird place called a reprogramming. Reprogramming. Oh, is it lab or something? Basically, these robots that are reprogramming each other.
Oh, that is very interesting.
Yeah, it's spooky.
Yeah, properties.
Yes, properties and local files.
Yeah, I had the wrong tab open the other time. Local files. There you are. And then verify
integrity of the file.
Don't worry, I've been doing this a lot as well because fucking video games in 2022. I hate this year. It's such a horrible year to say. 2022. But anyway, like
2022. Yeah, you're right.
games in this year are so fucking shit. You gotta verify your local files like every now and then because you're just like, why are things crashing? And it's like, oh, we fucked up a little thing on our latest update. Oh, Steam changed something to the way the security works, so the way two sites communicate with each other to verify if you got certain DLCs or not doesn't work. And it's like, come on already. It's 2022.
I know.
Where's the progression?
It sucks. It's like with Siege, right?
Oh, don't get me fucking started.
Every season I come back and it's always the same shit. I always get mad about something in Siege, and it's because, for example, this season, and I get in a game, and I very recently, spent my renown on unlocking a character in the game.
Oh yeah.
Called Maverick, right? And Maverick, he's got this torch that lets you breach little holes in the wall to shoot through. And he also normally has grenades. 2 frag grenades that you can chuck around. And they took him away from him.
Yeah.
Frag grenades
I
were the
heard
only
you guys
reason
talking
I
about
played
that
him.
yesterday, and they also removed them from Finca.
Yes, they also removed them
like,
from Finca. They also removed them from
Glass
Dokkaebi. They
or
also
something.
removed them from Glass. The only person that has them. Buck also didn't have him already for like a couple seasons.
Yeah,
now.
they fucking. Why haven't been in the
Sledge
game?
still has them. But
Oh, that's good.
I don't actually. No, I don't know if Sledge has them.
Yeah,
They might be completely out of the game now.
there were like 2 operators who still use them. That's all I know. That's all I remember y'all saying.
Yeah, I think there were 2 guys that still had them, but nobody else.
Man,
And that
who
sucks.
likes fun? Am I right?
Well, that's the thing. Every season, the game they take, for the sake of balancing, they make the game less fun every season,
Huh?
just
2
to
files.
keep things balanced.
All right, that's good.
But
But yeah, no. So
it's,
you know what's a great analogy for Siege?
what?
Once they had this soup, And
Oh,
everybody was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Oh, I really
yeah,
like
yeah.
this." Everybody had a thing, but then like, we still like the soup, so they just keep adding water to keep making more soup.
Yeah.
But after a certain while, you've eaten it so much that all the soup it's more water than soup at this moment.
Exactly. There's no stock left in there, man.
It's
There's
like,
nothing left. It's all water. You're right. It's because
do you call that?
it is because that is what is happening. Every season they try to improve the game by rebalancing things, but oftentimes the way that they rebalance things end up making the game worse. For example, if you played before 2020, like I think, so the earliest season of 2019, if you played those seasons, the game was a lot faster.
Yep.
Now I think I missed out on that by just a couple months. I could have enjoyed the quick gameplay for a little. I remember because the game when I started playing, the game had just switched to the slow gameplay.
Yep.
Right, because a free speed, in Rainbow Six Siege today is slower than a 1 speed in Rainbow Six Siege
It is
2018. Now I remember at the beginning when I just started playing, I was watching. We were in Japan. I was watching a bunch of YouTube, bunch of Siege on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
But,
Good times.
when
That's how we spend
were
our time in
chilling the
Japan.
hotel. Yeah.
Just watch Siege videos, mate.
But I remember thinking to myself, how are they so quick? I'm never that quick when I'm playing the game, and that's when, like, later I found out that the reason for that is because they were playing in the older seasons where the game was still really fast.
And when shotguns still worked.
You know, so that sucks. But also just every movement feels like it goes very slow.
Mate, the worst thing is vaulting. Because you gotta look with your cursor at the thing you want to vault over.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, come on. You can't, like...
And it's very
I'm walking against this thing. The game should have figured out that when I press space...
Anyway, more games should be like Kenshi, you know, where they made a good game and then they left it at that.
And it's like, oh, you want to mod it? Go ahead.
Can't wait for Kenshi 2 to come out in 2058.
We're gonna be fucking senile by that point.
Oh my god, bro.
Who's Kenshi?
Ah, shit, man. So that we would be... we'd be 62 by then.
Yeah, we're talking about Kenshi back in the days, telling stories we played it, but in the first-hand perspective. So the nurses are like, these guys are fucked up. What? They did what to the what now? Who? What?
Oh, shit, dude.
Oh, man. I was crawling there for days. I lost both my limbs. Almost got eaten by cannibals. And then
I had to kill this massive bug, man.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like this giraffe, but it was like...
But it
didn't have any fur, and it was way thicker, and it was just... And it had this massive beak, and it was killing... It was
just
eating
smack
me
it
alive,
down.
and like, oh my god.
And then some buck people came by, and they chased it off, and I crawled away. And then I became leader of the buck people for a couple of years.
Yeah. Until we got into that war with the Southern Hive. You know, we weren't meaning to.
Dude, I love playing as Hiver. It's my favorite character.
Because you're weak as shit,
Yeah.
but there's this comedy about being a Hiver, you know? There's this certain charm to it.
I also had to check what that sound was for a second.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone
Probably kids banging on
either
their
that
thing.
or they're banging their woke.
Oh, there's someone here.
Oh, it's my niece.
Oh.
Nephews, probably.
Damn. Oh, it sounds like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Kom hier. Hey.
Nee, dat zijn gewoon willekeurige kutkinderen.
Oh.
As kids.
Hello, welcome back.
Just some dumbass kids peddling this stupid shit for their school because the government isn't putting any fucking money in the education system.
Yeah,
Right?
it's
The
fucking
municipality
horrible.
doesn't do shit to entertain the children of the neighborhood. So all these kids are going like, hey, can we get some money for the big club action? And you know what the big club action is? It's essentially the municipality's thing to go like, all right, the government's not giving us any money, so it'll just have to come from you guys if you want to entertain the kids. Right? And we're talking about stuff like just simple stuff like youth clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're having like 8-year-old kids go around the neighborhood begging for money for
That is
for it.
fucked up.
Right? That's the government that we voted in. Alright? Actually,
Why do we pay taxes?
That is our not government.
Yeah, I was
because
about
they
to
are
say,
fucking fired.
they're fired,
They
but
have
there's
been fired for over a year.
If this was a real office.
Wait, toeslagenaffaire, was that 2020 or 2021?
Ooh, right at the end of 2020, I think.
It pisses me off.
Yeah, it is
Pisses me off,
fucking
man.
bullshit. All right, so validated everything.
Alright, sorry for the random political rant.
Let's see. I'll just
really-
continue it.
Really dislike our government. I've been thinking about voting destructively.
You
You know, I
what?
consider myself an accelerationist. I just want to see change. I don't
Finally.
particularly mind if it's...
Finally, somebody who agrees.
You know, things need to change.
Yeah,
They
keep
can-
it going.
Just keep things changing and just for better or worse.
Yeah.
Because this isn't working out
Complete
either. This
unrest.
stagnation
At least
isn't working.
something is happening. You know?
Exactly. At least we're making progress. Well, we're making progress towards the wrong thing. I don't care.
It's progress.
I don't care. All right.
You can't stop
I don't
progress.
care. We cannot stagnate like this. it's dumb. This is some fucking clown world we live
I
in.
think it's because we didn't have hardships enough. It's like, we aren't used to anything.
I fucking hate the fucking
The system.
the sheer state of our fucking politics.
Oh.
And only now people in the Netherlands are like, maybe our government isn't all that perfect. after
Really?
all."
Really? You haven't been
Oh
thinking
my
this
God,
for
bro.
like more than 10 years already?
Bruh, like,
Because I have.
God damn, bro. I remember seeing that newspaper article of that old lady, right? She had welfare because she had some injuries, couldn't work.
Yeah.
And problem, welfare, not that much money, right?
Mm-hmm.
She couldn't afford groceries anymore.
Oh.
Her daughter's like,
yep.
I'll help you out. I'll just buy your groceries, right? That's a nice thing to just, mind you, the government, if you're in financial trouble and you go to the government for help, the first thing they tell you is to turn to friends and family for help, right? That's the first thing they do. Like, go to your friends and family and ask them for help. Don't ask us, right? If they do help you, here's what they'll do. Right? Your daughter just bought you groceries. You're on welfare. You're dependent on this welfare check, right?
Yep.
Without it, you're gonna be homeless. Now, the government.
These fucking kids.
You got a bit of beef with your neighbor lady, maybe, you know?
Yeah.
You know, maybe she said something you didn't like, or you got into an argument over something petty. She reports you to the municipality and says her daughter is paying for her groceries.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
The government goes, hey, wait a second, those groceries must have cost them money.
Yes.
And because those groceries cost them money and they were given to her, by her daughter, that means that she received monetary goods from her daughter, which is
so
fraud.
fucked.
So she is a fraud. So we will find her some money, and then we will also make her pay back all of the welfare she ever got. I'm not sure if that's with interest or not. I don't think so.
I don't think so, but
It generally isn't. It generally isn't.
It's still fucking rotten.
With most other debt,
Holy shit.
there is interest on it.
Yeah.
For example, unpaid fines can
Yep,
jump up
there's
pretty badly. But yeah, so that old lady had to pay everything back, right? And I remember reading this and thinking to myself, I know, like, this is one of the biggest newspapers in the Netherlands, right? I know for a fact.
Everybody
I'm
read
not
that.
the only one reading this.
Yep.
Right, there's at least a couple 100,000 people who are aware of this situation. But nobody talks about it. Nobody cares about it because they don't have welfare. It doesn't hit them. You know, their house is not on fire. Why should they care that the neighborhood is going up to ashes?
Yeah, and then they complain about the neighborhood going to ashes.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
It's fucking wild, dude. Dutch people are fucking nuts.
They are nuts.
Because that's the thing. It's on top of the fact that the government did that, there's also the fact that someone actually thought it was a reasonable thing to go to the government to ruin someone else's life by using bureaucracy against them.
It is disgusting.
And what I also found out, sorry for all this politics, but I'm gonna keep going. You should probably turn off now. It's starting to get controversial. So here's a fucking crazy shit I found out the other day. All the way back in, I think it was 2003, right? Our prime minister was charged and prosecuted for racism.
Oh yeah.
For discriminatory actions against specific ethnicities.
Yeah,
He had
I forgot.
contacted municipalities around the country and had said that they should thoroughly check every Somalian resident of who is a registered citizen of their municipality for fraud.
That is absolutely What?
Yeah.
I forgot this.
And then they cash out the one guy that did not deserve that treatment, right?
Mhm.
And they fuck him over, and he sued the government, and the government gave him the right and said yes. The state secretary
Yeah.
Margaret at the time acted illegally against the Constitution. Because in the Constitution
Yeah.
very clearly dictates the government is not allowed to persecute or target
Yep.
people
Discriminate.
discriminate based on their nationality, ethnicity,
Yep.
race, gender,
Gender, sex,
sexuality,
yeah.
or religion.
Yep.
Right? They're not allowed to do that. They're not allowed to make distinctions.
You know what?
So-
I think that's great.
So yeah,
That's good.
and so when I read that, I was like, so he's been making scandals. He's technically all right. So as far as I'm concerned, right? If I get convicted over some petty shit like a bar fight,
Yeah.
and then that is enough to label me a criminal.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Rutte has to then also be a criminal. He was charged and convicted of this discriminatory
What did he get?
actions.
Like a
He
slap on
committed
the
a
wrist?
hate crime. Yeah, of course.
Literally.
Of course, he's a politician. He has
Yeah,
immunity.
exactly. It's like,
Politicians have
oh,
unofficial immunity against the law.
and you know, like the fucking the Constitution.
Rutte would already be behind bars, man.
Oh hell yeah, he should. But like, in the Constitution, like, it's a rule book for our political system.
I also have
They should be held accountable even harder on that shit.
Exactly.
They are breaking the rules
But
here.
it's getting even worse, because think about it like this, right? Oh fuck! I lost my argument.
I'm sorry.
I hate this so much. Oh, I hate it when it happens.
Him getting a little slap on the wrist.
I fucking. Oh yeah. I had just an interesting question. Our Constitution states very clearly our government is not allowed to preside over life and death, meaning they have no say in matters such as the state cannot, with good conscience or legally speaking, send troops into a mission that they know full well that the participants are going to die. As long as the participants are doing it involuntarily, that's illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Our state cannot use the death penalty. That is not a thing. We don't do that.
We don't do that.
The government is not an arbiter of death. All right. So, if our government drives people to suicide,
You know what? Yeah.
is that against the Constitution?
I feel like that should be.
Is riding someone into the ground financially over a misplaced signature
Against the Constitution? I
against
think
the Constitution?
It should be, Brian.
Because that's what the government did. Someone put the signature in the wrong spot on a form. The government did a check on him years later, right? He had like multiple children and a wife, right? They go back on his documents. They find that document with the signature. They're like, we can save some money here by putting this guy down as a fraud.
Yeah.
Put him down as a fraud, make him pay everything back. He becomes financially destitute. His wife leaves him, it takes the kids, and he commits suicide. Now I'm wondering, since the government is directly involved in the destruction of this man's life and the suicide that happened after that, did the government break the law?
Well, they didn't get persecuted by it. Probably.
Are they directly responsible for the death of this person?
I think so, yeah.
And in that case, does that mean that they have then,
broken the Constitution?
Broken the constitutional law?
It should be like that, right?
That is
the only logical sense that there is.
That is how I read the
and
situation.
Moral,
that's
as
how
well.
I read the situation. That's why I was, when I heard about that, I thought to myself, well, when are we bringing back the chair then? Because if this is acceptable, if directly causing the death of someone like this is acceptable by actively driving him to kill himself, actively, they weren't sending him letters, something like that, shoot yourself.
But they were sending him other letters that were gonna make that happen.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah. But yeah, get back to the electrical chair, because people like that die for no fucking reason. But if you're a pedo, you can just sit in the fucking cell for a couple of years.
Oh, and then actually it's worse.
And then they give you a
It's
job
worse.
because, like...
No, it's far worse than that. It's far worse. Let me tell you, my mom, right? She used to live in the street in Utrecht. Growing up, there was this flower shop, right? Now, when this flower shop opened up, people were curious what's going on, it came out of nowhere, suddenly people from the government show up and start decorating a flower shop. That's weird. Turns out, a locally known pedophile who had touched a man who lived in that same street, by the way.
Yeah.
He had touched the man's daughter, who was like 6 to 8 years old. Gone to prison. And then after he got out, went to the government and said, because you put me in jail, I can't get a job anymore.
Yeah.
So the government bought up the property where his flower shop was then, because they were like, what do you want to do? And he was like, well, I want to be a school teacher. They were like, you're not going to be a school teacher. They were like, okay. Then he was like, okay, I want to be a flower shop. So they opened up a flower shop for him, right? That he then owned and lived at.
Oh my
right?
god.
That was his property.
That is...
And they helped him like set it up. And then he could just live in the same street where he molested that girl. And have his own flower shop.
Where
now I can tell you one thing for a fact. He did not make it long.
No, I can imagine.
He did not make it long because, within the week, all his windows were smashed. His shop had been vandalized in all sorts of ways. They I mean, what the fuck?
That is so sick.
That is no way to treat a pedophile.
The fact that he said, I want to become a school teacher there, should already rung enough bells for him to be thrown back in, right?
But in the Netherlands, okay, I get it. Rehabilitation is better than punishment. I get it.
Works for some scenarios.
But there is nuance. And that's the thing. Like, we are implementing rules and all that shit, but there's no fucking nuance ever.
Yep.
And the only time there is when it's in the politicians' favor. When they're in the fucking when they're in the second chamber, they're saying shit like, "Oh, I don't have an active memory of this."
If there's a gully in the law.
I don't have an active memory of this.
How's my active memory? My RAM is corrupted. Blue screen.
Culture Marxism. Herdieder. Omzicht, functie elders.
Yeah.
Look, man, I'm just saying.
It's so fucked.
I might vote populism.
Yeah.
Not the fascist populist party,
No.
but the racist populist party.
Yeah.
Because I don't care for his racism, but he does seem like the person who will perform the most affirmative action.
I've heard this from people who he is racist against as well. So, and I'm like, oh, really? I was like, yeah. I mean, he's kind of a dick, but like, at least he cares about the people. I got Dutch passport. As long as I got this, I ain't going out.
Well, that's the thing. It's just like, I hate his politics, but I love his passion. You know?
Oh no.
hate his politics, love his passion.
This sounds like 1930 again.
Look, man, I'm not saying you should vote for the NSB, but you gotta admit they got a lot of passion for our nation.
They got a lot of will.
What nation? The Netherlands to the Third Reich, asshole.
The bigger the better.
Oh my god, this episode is getting more controversial every fucking minute. But
this is
but in
all satire.
In all seriousness,
As he says, in all seriousness.
In all seriousness, I have no clue who I'm gonna vote for.
Me neither, mate. It's so fucked.
All of them suck so much ass. All of them.
It's so bad,
dude. Like, we can't even So the leading parties, right?
Mm-hmm.
They are the reason that there is a lot of youth homelessness right now, right? The youth homelessness crisis, as they call it.
students not being able to live on their
As
own.
someone
and
who's been
shit.
homeless on 5 separate occasions in my childhood,
Yes.
I can tell you a thing or two about child homelessness. Now, the government, they were supposed to fix this. They were supposed to
Yeah,
work.
of course.
They were doing all these experiments to fix this. And in every experiment, things just kept getting worse. As in, more and more youths experience child homelessness. And why is that? Well, I would rather be homeless and struggle than have a home and not my own family anymore.
Yeah.
Because they tear your ass away from your family. You're not seeing them again. You can in secret behind your back, but if they find out, your old family's gonna get in a lot of trouble. Like, it's tricky. I don't like that shit. You know, I never wanted that shit. So, so with our government, right, put a bunch of kids on the streets, right? And then everything blew up in their face. And actually, they had to quit over this. Right? That's the comment I made earlier. Like, our government was fired, but they're still there. That's where you have a decommissioned government that is currently ruling our country. Now, what's interesting about this is there was a motion in the government to be like, to fix it.
Let's do something about this.
Yeah, to make things right, essentially, right? To make things right. And every single party voted yes. Yes, yes. Even the populist parties, even the fascist party, even
the racist parties, all of them.
All of them. Just every single one. Even some of the more capitalistic ones, they were all for it. They were all, we have to do something to fix this. We have to make this right. In comes the leading party.
Yes.
The big parties, the coalition,
right? Yep.
waltzes into the room and leans into the microphone and says, "No."
What mistakes? Poof. Drops the mic.
Just fucking.
At that moment, everybody should leave the room.
Yeah,
Not when fucking somebody is throwing a hissy
Freddie B.
fit.
Day is going on about cultural Marxism.
Yeah.
Like that. I mean, sure.
That's just funny.
That's just when you pull out your phone, plug in your earphones, and just watch some YouTube or whatever.
Yeah,
But you
or
don't walk out.
Yeah.
But at that moment, when the fucking leading party, like, dead ass goes like, "We're gonna vote no," that's the moment where I'm like,
started
I'm
throwing
out.
a chair.
That's the poor fucking
Oh
kids,
damn,
man. God,
that's a
literally,
big thing.
The literal poor kids, man.
Yep. And you know what it is? Like, I think the chairs in our cabinet or whatever, the first chamber, are bolted down to the ground.
I wish our king still had his balls,
That as well. But
Because
I think those chairs are bolted down.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, people would have started throwing those chairs already.
Yeah.
Right?
Remember Geert Wilders and Mark Rutte, their banter in the fucking chambers. But
The good old days.
to get back to the point,
Yes.
I wish if only we had like a king. Like, our current king is like a diplomatic figurehead. That's basically what they do. It's just they're there to represent our country, but they're not making any laws. They're not ruling. And I was like, well, why not?
No.
Our democracy is pretty much stagnating and rotting, right? It's pretty much rotting at this point. If we're casually throwing children out onto the streets and driving people to suicide, I think it's time to admit that our government has rotted.
Yeah.
I grew up only ever having Mark Rutte in power. Before that, Jan-Peter Balkenende. But I was too young to really remember.
Yeah, I know he existed.
I know
people made fun of him.
Well, I mean, he forced people to have health insurance.
Yes, and people who didn't like him either. Yep.
Because that drove a lot of people into debt.
Yep.
Because they couldn't afford the health insurance. Admittedly, like the bill you get for a health insurance isn't big, but if you're already in financial shits, it is big.
Yeah.
Like, for some people, a tenner makes the difference between eating or not.
Yep. Yeah, that's
Now,
true.
I'm thinking our democracy has stagnated. It's rotted. It's fucked. It's fucked.
It's beyond repair.
Let's just call it like it is. It's corrupt.
It's not a fixer-upper.
It's corrupt. It's stagnated. It's disgusting. It's rank. It's rancid.
It's water that's been laying there for 2 years.
It's putrid.
Well,
it's
12 years.
It's thick as pus. Like, it's disgusting.
You can see little things swimming in it.
I was thinking, why is the army under our government's control and not under the king's control?
Yo, I was
Because I
thinking
think
about that
the
as
role
well.
of a king, the role of a monarchy in a post-monarchic society, such as a democratic republic that has a king as a diplomatic figurehead, like our country, might be a clever idea to raise the king to be a effective ruler in times of strife and need. In order for the king to be able to say, okay, our democracy is failing. We need to refresh
You gotta
it.
fix it.
So what they would do then is literally fire all current politicians in the first and second chamber, right?
Yep.
And ban them from involving themselves in politics ever again. These people may never, not in the local municipality.
Like, you cannot be near politics.
Like if you have the word, like if you have a job that ends with a word like committee.
Yep. Oh no.
Like you can't even be in a party committee at your company. Like no, you're not. You're no longer a politician, right? And then just start new elections, new parties, new elections, new people, right?
Yep.
Would this help a lot?
Oh my god, I need...
Probably not all that much.
Alright.
But it would help in bringing about something important. Radical change.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they should just fire them all. Start from a basic sheet of rules,
Now you're thinking like an accelerationist.
Exactly. And I've been thinking that for a big while.
Oh yeah, same.
It's like,
I just
come on.
never really knew how to put it into words properly without sounding like a fucking revolutionary. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to stand there like Fidel Castro. I understand.
Yeah.
But like, well, when I talk to a lot of people, like I talk to a lot of people at work, just your regular old fucking Joe. Like most fucking people are just kind of sick and tired of it all. And how it's going. Like people walk in, they're like, there's no fucking food here. It's like, yeah, I don't get half of it every day that I order. There's a lot of problems going on. And everybody's like, yeah, fucking government. And I was like, yeah, well then do something. Look, I'm busy working here,
Stop
right?
voting VVD, dumbass.
I'm trying to give you guys food, but you gotta go throw over the government.
Who do you vote for when every single party is trying to fuck you over?
The king.
Yeah, can we elect the king? Can we just elect, like nominate
Like
him?
legit.
Like,
legit.
can we just start a petition, be like, all right, put King Willie back in power, give him temporary benevolent dictatorship
Yeah,
powers.
but and let's start with like a 2-year trial
Yeah,
period.
we're doing a 2-year autocracy trial period.
If he
just to
doesn't
see how
do
it
the job,
goes.
then
If
we'll
he
let
doesn't do it-
the queen do
Yeah,
it.
I was about to say, like, if he fails, his wife takes
Yeah.
over.
If she fucks up, then the daughter. And if she fucks up, then we're going back to Beatrix.
I was about to say, like, I was
Actually, we
gonna
gotta
go
do
straight
it-
back
yeah.
to Beatrix.
We gotta do that earlier because
She might not make it that long.
She's not Queen Elizabeth now, is she?
Well, I mean, she's younger
actually,
than
yeah.
She's way younger.
And when
than
I look at
Elizabeth.
her, like still these days.
Oh yeah, she's
Oh, 1% krijgt de tyfus.
she's she's
She was
still
looking good for
alive
an
and
old,
kicking. She's
for an old
doing
lady.
alright. But yeah, no, it's a fucking mess in this damn country. And they're like, oh yeah, so nobody has any trust in the government anymore. It's like,
Well,
I
no
know.
shit.
But you already knew that was gonna happen, though.
Wait,
you were
thought-
there.
You thought we
you
would
la-
eat this shit for this long?
I mean, come on, Mr. Prime Minister. You were laughing at journalists that were confronting you with some horrible things you
Yeah?
did. Like, for example, with the dividend tax,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
When you were trying to get rid of dividend taxes, meaning that the rich would pay literally
Even
nothing.
less. Yep.
They would pay literally no taxes anymore. It would completely eliminate the highest tax brackets off
Yeah.
of the fucking. That would mean that. So
It was so fucking
It was-
radical that even Shell went like, "Hey now,
Yeah,
this is
even-
gonna look suspicious.
yeah, exactly.
I like your plan, but that's
Even
not."
Shell could not openly support it because because it was so shameful, and he laughed in everybody's faces, saying that he was gonna try to push it through regardless of protest.
Like,
And
yep.
luckily, he couldn't get it done. But just think about that. He
It's
laughed.
so- yep.
He didn't just
When
smile.
I saw
he
that,
laughed.
I was just like, "You are so rotten."
And I saw that and I thought to myself, why is nobody discussing that? Like that's a detail that's very important. He laughed at the notion that the whole ass country is like, this is morally and economically wrong.
Well, that's the thing. So whenever I look at our government and they're debating,
we're going on a list, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The IFD is definitely on our ass now.
We're already on the list, Brian. But whenever I watch those fuckers,
poor preferences.
Whenever I watch those fuckers, I'm like, why are you not yelling at each other more?
Oh
like, why do we have to be kind? Like, why can't we directly attack somebody in person?
In the
here?
Netherlands, you're supposed to let someone be a complete fucking dickbag.
Yeah.
Just because you're in a professional setting.
What did I hit?
I don't know. You're riding in pitch black.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, I'll just back up a little bit. Go left. Go right. I have no.
I can't.
I don't know either.
I don't. I'm so confused.
I don't know. It's alright.
So fucking
Must have been a twig. Why didn't
confused.
that fucking liaison fucking help me out?
Like nobody radioing you, like, hey, you're getting a bit close to that pole there. Like, no, just
pole?
figure it out. Like, there's. I mean, I guess they're seeing just as little as we are.
True, but there should be people with high res vests or
Fair
something.
Fair
and
enough.
it makes sense we're doing this at night. It's
Otherwise,
not a lot
very
of people.
inconvenient for
Yep.
people.
I'll try and stick a little more to the middle.
Oh man, that was a lot of very intense political talk.
I
dude.
know, right? But
So the gist is, don't overthrow the government. Have our king
Overthrow,
temporarily
yeah.
replace the government with a new government, and then
try and fix it.
give the king temporary autocratic power, like the Romans did.
Yeah.
And it worked for the Romans. Not a single dictator failed to return their dictatorship rights after the times of strife were over.
Yep.
Right?
Okay. Nope. It's done.
Well, why don't we work with the kind
Churchill,
of
you're
system?
done. You're done. Thanks for getting us out of the war. Bye.
Yeah, exactly.
Go drink your fucking booze somewhere else.
Where's Margaret Thatcher?
Let's get those Argentinians.
Oh no. Oh great! Now you've got the whole country of Argentina against us.
What?
They're
Well,
nice
hey,
people.
Hey, I love them. That's why I'm joking about this.
Yeah, but you can't. You cannot joke about.
I'm not Look,
The Argentinians won't take it as a joke. It doesn't matter.
They're
if
not
it's a joke.
watching this anyway.
They are. We are world famous.
I mean,
There's tribes in Africa with like a shitty potato computer just streaming our videos right now. They're listening to our political ideas and agreeing with us as we speak.
yeah, well, that's great. So don't and I didn't agree with Margaret Thatcher. It's just the
And I will now read out our donations for our latest stream.
RT?
Thank you, Kim Jong-un, for the 500 bits. He left us
Your
a little
guy.
message. Please send us more poop for fertilizer.
We are starving.
Will do. We have to. Here at Jazzgrass Gaming, we use a traditional outhouse, and we'll send him our septic tank fillings
it
every
needed
month.
to be filled out anyway.
Yeah.
We're about to call our Finnish Connect.
Yeah, the Finnish connection. Nice. Oh man, what kind of movie would that be? The Finnish Connection. What would that be about?
It's about somebody trying to sneak out booze from a store or something.
Our protagonist's name is Poke.
Poke.
He is on his
I
way
need
to
to
the
Koskar
grocery
Korva.
store. He has to drive 4.5 hours through dense wilderness,
He only
whilst
has a month.
reindeers are attacking his car. As he gets to the grocery store, he spots outside an unfamiliar sight. It's like a person, but they're not white.
It's the new refugees around the
He
block.
carefully approaches the man, who introduces himself as a Swedish man named Muhammad al-Echwamaji. He is from Egypt. He's a kind-hearted soul with a passion for plastic surgery. He's opened up a clinic and he's opening up a second branch in Finland, but he's not there to talk business about his plastic surgery business. In fact, he is there for the investment he's gonna need to set it up. You walk inside and you enter the back. There's a couple of tables already seated by with some other people of ethnicities you've only ever heard of before. One of them, Makoto Hito from Japan.
Ooh, I've never seen that name.
He's the muscle of the crew. He likes to drive around in bikes, in motorbikes, and he drifts his motorbikes because he's wild and shit. He's a tofu delivery driver.
Tofu delivery driver.
You all sit down and make a polite conversation, just the three of you. And, sorry, I was writing this movie script. This is my next D&D campaign. You like it?
we gotta get the Korskan Korva out of the fucking... out of the K-marked. Without the...
We're brewing moonshine. We're brewing Getting Killed We need to run.
You fail?
We gotta infiltrate Russia and bring Killed to the Kremlin. This is the Finnish connection.
We gotta get put in his
Booker.
fucking...
You are Finnish connection. You have to do this. Booker.
It's basically an assassin mission. It's like, oh, you gotta get this fucking Finnish boost to the president of Russia.
Codename Mehmet, you need to hack the mainframe.
The
KSB are onto us.
I don't know how to do that. I just drive my Satsuma. Jumalauta! Vittu saatana!
Man, I could do some solid world building.
If you
I just need a good prompt.
If you get into a social interaction, like you get a debuff. Oh no! I don't like this.
If any person gets within 10 meters of you, you get a debuff.
Yep.
Anxiety.
If they say hello, you're dead.
If you say hello, you pass out for one turn.
No, if he says hello, you have to fight him.
Oh my god. That would make for one volatile character, bro.
Leave me alone, you lauta! Oh man.
Reminds me of that Honey Heist campaign.
It was hilarious.
It's like this short D&D campaign where you basically, you're a bunch of bears, you're trying to steal honey. And one of our buddies was DMing, and we were all bearing it up. And man, it's been a while. I don't remember too much of it. All I remember is I was the brain and the face and the brain again. And if I told you that I was essentially carrying this entire party on my back.
Technically, yes. But then again, I gotta say,
I mean, Cat's ball
busting was
like
very useful.
That was some solid work.
That was a good decoy.
You know, that she did it. Like, her sacrifice was not in vain.
And I love that at the last moment we fucking realized, oh yeah, we are bears. Oh, whoop whoop. I was going too fast. Look, I'm following my fucking liaison. He's going fast.
Yeah, I was about to say, how are you getting speeding tickets if you're driving at the same speed
That
as
is
the guy that you're
fucking-
supposed to follow?
That is some bullshit.
Or is he always automatically driving as fast as you are and you don't notice that you're picking up speed? You're just thinking that you're... I don't know, because he's getting further away from you now.
I know,
so
I know how to fly information, Brian, and this is not how it looks like. He's just booking it.
What the hell, man?
I mean, some space
that
between him and me
impatient son of a
isn't too
tit.
bad. But still.
Well, you are supposed to keep quite a bit of space,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it's like 2 or 3
I
cars.
wasn't going too fast. 340 fucking euros.
I mean, we're on 43k.
True.
We're doing alright.
True.
Damien and I play this game when we hang out. Because it's a nice and chill game to just play and talk.
Hey, yo, I wish this fucking liaison would bring me a coffee. That would be real nice, mate.
Oh, man.
Also, it would be great if we wouldn't go over roads that have fucking dikes on the side of them.
Oh, yeah.
Or concrete blocks. Yeah.
I mean, you're getting close.
Yeah.
You're getting quite close to your destination, so it should be alright.
You know, call me a fucking nerd, but there is something, like, you know, I was complaining about IL-2 and just flying and, and engaging.
Yeah.
I do like the flying, though. If nothing happens, I get satisfaction out of flying in formation.
Oh, yeah.
It's very tiring, but it's fun. It's fun enough.
I always like to think that when I disappear, you also just fuck off to Alaska to become like a bush plane pilot.
Yep.
And then I imagine like 20 years into the future, Damien comes to find us. And he has to like travel all the way out to like the middle of buttfuck nowhere, Alaska, to fight your dumbass.
Then he has to go get you, and then he's like, "All right, guys, I need you for one last job. We gotta get this cocaine from Colombia.
This is my buddy Booker. He's our Finnish connection.
Yeah, we gotta get this Koska Korva into the fucking Russian hands.
This guy smuggled Killjoy into the Kremlin. He's a good one.
Dennis, we need you to fly the plane. Where we have to... Our connect is in a very rural place. Only 50 feet of landing position. You need to make it in 6 feet.
Booker, you need to skydive onto the Chinese, Tibetan temple in the Himalayas.
Oh, what?
Oh, you dragged you got,
Yeah, alright. Hey. Okay, that liaison, like, behind me is fucking dumb.
Yeah, you can back up. Like, come on, man. They should have made the AI capable of having a reverse gear. Why does his car not have a reverse gear?
What am I?
It is the 20th century. 21st century. Oh, you're stuck on a traffic sign.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get off it. Hello? Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about that dude behind. Oh, this is a proper. Ooh. Alright. Don't worry, man. I can finagle this, because luckily there's no.
Oh yeah, there's no bump. Oh, there is a little bump.
Yeah, a little bump, but
that's okay.
Yo.
Yeah.
Yo.
Expert maneuvers, baby.
Best fucking truck driver in the West. Why are you going to the right?
Because you're spooky riding when you're not supposed to.
Oh, you know what, Brian? That makes a lot of fucking sense. You know what? Yeah. Who would have thought that you were the clever one?
What? That's literally my job description.
I'm sorry, Brian.
It's in my Jazzgrass gaming contract.
If you don't say something smart every 2 hours,
you're gonna get fired.
You're gonna get fired, right? Oh man.
The Portuguese word for pull is push.
Oh. Well, the more you know, guys.
Yeah.
I did not know that. You know, yesterday I was working. And I was just chilling. It was a good day. And I see this kid with his dad. And remember those fucking, like, styrofoam planes you'd get?
Yeah. I love those.
Yeah, with the propeller.
Used to get them in the air where you get
at the air museums.
flight.
Yep.
You gotta be airplanes, air museums, stuff like that, but they don't give them out anymore.
Yeah, but
waste of plastic, they say.
Yeah.
Fuck you. My fun is worth a
I
little
saw
plastic.
a kid in the store throwing that fucker around, and I was like, like I felt 5 again.
Oh yeah.
and it landed in front of me, quite a bit away from him. So pick it up, yeet it over.
Oh yeah.
He catches it. His dad looks at me, he's like, nice, nice dude. Thanks for entertaining my kid for half a second. Oh, no problem, dude. It's fucking adorable.
Yeah. It's fucking great.
And then my coworkers see that, and they're like, "What the fuck, Dennis?" And I'm like, "Look, man, I know I'm a dick to you guys, but that kid's just fucking. That's just a kid, man.
Yeah.
What? He step over
it? Man. He still has its innocence and shit.
Yeah.
It's not. Wouldn't be fair.
Like, what kind of idea would he have if I just look at him fucking annoyed, you know?
Yeah, like, what the hell?
Like, oh no.
Like, a kid.
Ugh. How dare you have fun?
We're not that bitter.
No, you gotta encourage people to have fun, you know?
I'm only politically bitter. As you may have been able to tell from this episode. This episode started out as a reason to talk about Kenshi.
Well, you know what? You can't talk about Kenshi without getting politics involved.
Yeah,
It's a
fair
political
enough.
game, you know. A lot
Fair
of
enough.
parties. I'm a firm believer of the United Empires.
What?
I can't see shit, Brian.
I don't even know what you hit.
I don't know either, Brian. I don't care. I
Very
don't care.
confusing.
You know, they're getting it. They're getting it. It's a big fucking like.
We're on 33% damage. Should be
Yeah,
alright.
exactly. And I gotta like these guys also don't really give.
asshole!
Yeah, like get to the side of the fucking road. Like give me some
It's
fucking
almost
space.
a good simulator, but the AI is too simplistic.
Yeah,
That's the problem. The AI is too dumb.
and
If they had a more clever AI, then yeah.
great, but
And
no.
they've had years to improve the AI because they're not making Euro Truck Simulator free.
No, they're just adding regions now.
They're just adding DLC for this game. So it's like, okay, but then improve the AI. At
Oh
least.
no, this is
'Cause,
gonna get tricky.
Over all these years, they must have made a ton of fucking money.
Oh,
So
definitely.
there's no way that they are incapable of improving the AI at least a little bit. But no.
Finally,
Because sometimes they do things like, for example,
an area with
like,
fucking lights.
remember when I was like, when I was turning into that like tiny hole, right? That I had to deliver something at, and while I was doing it, cars were just haphazardly crashing into me because they couldn't recognize that I existed.
Yep.
So they crashed into me, which gave me tickets and like damage and whatnot, because their AI is simply not.
That's smart.
Yeah, they can't brake.
Yeah, they're really stupid, and it
They
is
can only brake
annoying.
at programmed places, i.e., stoplights and stuff like that, and like
Or when everybody's
traffic
already
jams
piled
and
up,
Stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, but
It
like,
takes them a while to.
Exactly, like there needs to be a reason for them to stop driving, and you being there is not one of those reasons.
No,
If
you
one
don't
of those
exist.
cars crashes into you, then that car blocking the road is the reason.
All right, if I get a
Right?
ticket,
So you will always have someone. You will always have someone crashing into you
Yo.
because there's no way for them to know to stop because the AI is just not clever enough.
No.
And it's like this game came out in 2000 some like 8.
yeah, it's old.
It's an old game, right? There shouldn't really realistically there should not be any reason for the AI to
be
still
this shit.
be this bad.
Yeah.
They should have been able to improve it by now.
Because with the amount of fucking updates,
Oh yeah.
yeah, come on, do something with it. Like that's one. I mean, it is difficult.
Yeah, of course, of course.
Simulating real
Like AI is
traffic
is-
AI, especially.
Yeah,
it's very
really
difficult.
tricky. It's really complicated. I get it, but it's come on, man. Even Grand Theft Auto does it better. I mean,
That is
okay,
true.
that's a terrible example of the crap, by the way. That's a game literally designed around, you know, realist. Well, actually, it's just I don't know. We're playing a simulator, so comparing it to a non-simulator game
This is a good comparison.
is both
if-
a bad and a good comparison. I feel like at the same time, but I don't think it's a perfect argument.
No, it's not.
I'm doubting
But
my own.
I do agree with
argument,
you.
But the general gist of the argument is there.
And I agree with you. I mean, yeah. Maybe because it is so big. Because like there's also not that much fucking AI going around, you know?
Yeah.
And well, that's just showing you how shit the AI is, I guess, because it couldn't handle so many things.
Mm-hmm.
Because it takes away from the immersion, you know?
Yeah.
Like there's just not enough people. Oh, sure, I'm doing this at night. This makes sense.
Yeah.
And you got a liaison and everything. But if you're just doing a normal fucking load, why can't I be in a busy, like a filled out road? Like when you go to the Netherlands, you expect it to be just pumped full of fucking cars, you know? Like at certain times. But it doesn't really do that. Sorry, I failed to notice that you were... This light didn't fucking go on.
What's the latest checkpoint?
I don't know. Probably not that far, actually. I've seen it update regularly.
I think it said that if we fail the mission completely, we lose 15k.
Oh. Well,
Only 39.
No.
41 kilometers. Should be alright.
yeah. I'll just take it a little more easy.
So, we have completed a mission, right? One?
Yeah. We ended up actually finishing one
90
fucking
minutes
mission.
of gameplay, one mission completed.
Hey,
That's
man.
the Jazzgrass guarantee.
Blame the fucking game. Alright. Look at me complaining about it not being...
My throat hurts from all the talking.
I can imagine. I mean...
I've just been talking non-stop
I've been
and I feel
talking
like
as
it's
well.
all been worthless bullshit.
But isn't that... No. Brian, we've been having very good conversation here.
Very insightful thoughts.
Yeah, we're... Oh, that was fucking television there.
We
Hey
even
guys,
got
yo, what's up?
ourselves on like
A watch
some
list,
lists
yeah,
and
domestic
stuff.
terrorism or something.
I mean, it's hard to talk about politics without sounding like a revolutionary. When,
That is the
when
biggest
everything about our political system disappoints me.
Yep. And it needs a revolution to... It would be a revolution if it was fixed, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, where is that? Where is that? Hey, fine. That. Can I get... oh, yeah. Yeah. Don't worry, I know how to get that, but... I'm so fucking tired as well.
Oh, yeah, you are.
That's why I'm gonna talk a little bullshit right now. Oh man, that's why I couldn't become a fucking trucker, man. I got mad respect for the truckers that like deliver my shit at the store. Like they just work from 3 till fucking 5.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just the normal thing for them. Stuck in traffic all fucking day. Probably dying like 5 times a day, almost, because of stupid actions of people on the
I
road.
mean, I used to hang out with a truck driver. He told me it was a really fun job.
Yeah.
It is physically exerting when
Yeah.
you have to like take the cargo out, put it in, whatever. But like the driving around and all that stuff, it's so much fun. Like it is like quite a lot of fun to be a truck driver.
Yeah.
But it's also stressful.
It's stressful,
and it's
a lot of
physically
work.
exerting, so
The hours
you know.
are shit. You never see people.
Oh my god, you just died, right? The last time you died, it was right in front of the
Right, yeah,
fucking...
why you gotta fucking point that out, dude? Why you gotta piss on my fucking parade, you asshole?
Oh my
I made it here, didn't I?
That
I fucking
is
made it here.
Amazing.
You didn't see who arrived this shit.
That is
You just
amazing.
yapping in my ear.
Yeah, wow. It's fucking...
I mean, that is the nice thing about... That's... I have one truck driver, and he brings his son along, and I'm like, man, I wonder why you do that. But then again, it does actually seem like a lot of fun. Like if just you and your dad, if you got a cool dad.
I want to start a political party.
Or, what?
What? Excuse me? What happened? Why did it... Huh?
I
How
mean,
fast were you going?
Not fast at all.
It looked like you were going like 10 at most.
I mean, I guess it's slippery.
Yeah, but come on, that was the momentum of someone that was going 50.
Yeah.
You were going 10. Like that was way too aggressive of a slip for a 10-kilometer-an-hour truck. All right, I'm just saying. But as I was saying, I want to start a political party, right? And I'm gonna call it the Enemy Party. And we run entirely. Exactly. And we completely and utterly, like our platform is entirely based on, you know, just causing the downfall of human civilization.
Alright guys, we're gonna invest back into coal, back into steam, back into biomass, back into fucking every sort of
If you
thing.
vote for us, we promise to run the economy of the whole European Union into the ground.
As a singular country. Let's get on it. Alright, let me just
We promise
that
to
here.
destabilize the geopolitical
The geopolitical climate.
to the point of the complete disruption of the democratic processes all over the world. If you vote for us, you too can contribute to the end of the world.
And for school, you don't even have to go. You can just get the fucking job.
And remember,
No more
kids,
school.
death is mercy.
Oh my
So
god.
killing is kindness.
And we're gonna kill you in kindness. Oh my god. Guys, we've been going for an hour and a half.
Yeah, we're getting delirious here, I think.
Thank you for watching.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
We don't care about your opinions. talk to you later.
Yeah.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.